This video was compiled from an article at NFL.com. The top 100 players of 2023, voted on by the players themselves, was conducted on NFL Plus. A new group of 10 players was revealed every weekday through Thursday, August 3rd. The series concluded with a 2-hour live show, The Top 100 Players of 2023, The Top 10, on Monday, August 7th on NFL Plus. So the question is, if the actual players in the NFL consider these players to be the top in the league, should we be investing in their cards? So here's the list of the top 10 players. Chris Jones, Kansas City Chiefs, defensive end. Jones matched a career high with 15.5 sacks in the 2022 regular season, the highest among defensive tackles. Also tacking on another 2 during the playoffs on the way to his second Super Bowl ring. For his efforts, PFF ranked Jones as the best interior defender in the league, and he was rewarded for his play with his 4th consecutive Pro Bowl selection and a 3rd-place finish in Defensive Player of the Year voting. Micah Parsons, Dallas Cowboys linebacker. Parsons has been the Defensive Player of the Year runner-up in each of his 2 seasons, winning Defensive Rookie of the Year in his first campaign. Considering the numbers he's put up and his ability to line up in multiple positions, it's no wonder Parsons has accumulated so many accolades in his short career. Parsons ranked top 10 in sacks with 13.5, QB hits with 26, and forced fumbles with 3 in 2022, with all 3 matching or setting career highs. Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills, quarterback. Since Allen joined the Bills, Buffalo has had a string of successful seasons not seen by the franchise since the 90s. And in 2022, he led his team to a 13-3 record and yet another AFC East crown. Individually, Allen had his 3rd straight season of at least 4,000 passing yards, and became the only player in NFL history to record at least 35 passing and 5 rushing touchdowns in 3 different seasons, per NFL research. Tyreek Hill, Miami. Dolphins wide receiver, known as the Cheetah, switched teams ahead of the 2022 season. It seems the sunny beaches of Miami suited him nicely. He spearheaded the 6th-ranked Dolphins offense with his 1,710 receiving yards, averaging just over 100 yards per game. That total was a career high for Hill by a margin of over 230 yards, and placed him 2nd in the league in receiving yards. Joe Burrow of the Cincinnati Bengals remains one of the best young quarterbacks in the game. He finished top 5 in most major passing categories and placed 2nd in completion percentage at 68.3%, touchdowns with 35, and passing yards per game at 279.7. All this earned Burrow his first Pro Bowl nod and a 4th-place finish in Most Valuable Player voting. Cincinnati is expected to reward his play handsomely with an imminent extension that could put him among the highest paid at his position. In his 10th year, Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs continued to reach new heights and cement his status as one of the greatest tight ends to play the game. Kelce broke the record for most games with 100-plus receiving yards with 35, became only the 5th tight end all-time to have 10,000 career receiving yards, and set new records for career postseason receptions with 133, and touchdowns with 16 by a tight end on the way to his 2nd Super Bowl win. Nick Bosa, San Francisco 49ers, defensive end. In 2022, Bosa was named the Defensive Player of the Year, and finished 6th in MVP voting, the highest among defensive players. A well-deserved recognition considering his performance. Leading the league with 18.5 sacks and 48 quarterback hits, and finishing 2nd with 19 tackles for loss. Still only 4 years into his career, Bosa continues to build momentum as one of the top pass rushers in the league. Jalen Hurts, Philadelphia Eagles quarterback. In his 2nd season as starter, Hurts led his Eagles to the best record in the league and a Super Bowl appearance, while putting up individual stats that earned him the runner-up spot in MVP voting. As one of the top rushing QBs in the league, Hurts finished with 760 yards and 13 touchdowns, the latter 4th among all positions. His poise under pressure and mobility shot Hurts to the top of this year's list. Justin Jefferson, Minnesota Vikings, wide receiver. Jefferson just keeps getting better and better in his short career. His league-leading marks in 2022 already place him 6th and 7th respectively, all-time for receiving yards, 1,809, and receptions, 128, in a single season. With one of the greatest seasons by a WR ever, Jefferson was named Offensive Player of the Year and finished 5th in MVP voting, the highest placing for a non-QB this year, and he's still just 24 years old. Number 1, you guessed it, Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs, quarterback. What else is there to say about Mahomes? We all know the stats, the records broken, the MVP awards won. He took his growing legend to a new level in 2022 by leading his Chiefs to a second Super Bowl victory on a sprained ankle, making his number 1 ranking on this list a deserved accomplishment, though just one of many he added to his resume last season. So now that you know the top 10, should you invest in these players' sport cards? That is a question you need to answer for yourself, but at the very least, pay more attention when you run across these players in the card show dollar box. One thing for sure, when you look at the number of quarterbacks that made the cut, you understand why everyone says the football card collectors market all centers around quarterbacks. So what are your thoughts? Who was left off the list? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this content, we hope you will consider subscribing to this channel and clicking the like button. Also check out our website at cmgsportscards.com. Thanks for watching. Until the next video, enjoy your summer.